Welcome back, guys. Let's talk about today something different than I would usually do. And I was tagged in a smaller YouTube tag response from Derek from Derek's Horror Corner, which is a great channel you guys should go check out. And he made this video talking about all these 7 questions, and he tagged me, so I thought I might as well go and do that too. And I really do appreciate you tagging me, Derek. That's awesome. Um, so I guess I'll just go straight into the questions. Number one, what inspired you to make videos? For me, I I just really don't like. I have friends, of course, in real life, but I don't have anybody that like is super into movies as much as I am. Like I've got one friend who lives far away, but like he doesn't live here anymore, so it's not like, I mean, I talk to him every once in a while, but it's not the same. So it I've never have felt any friends in real life that I've had have been as in depth with movies as I have. Especially horror. Like horror is one that I'm so glad I found Killer Flicks. Like that's a great place to find friends on to talk about horror, and just horror, and I love that. So that basically inspired me to make videos because I don't have anybody in real life who appreciates it as much as I do or is as obsessed. So I think that, again, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about movies, especially horror, on this channel, even though I talk about other movies too as well. Um, Number two, how long have you been on YouTube? Do you have other channels? I've had this channel since like 2009, but I haven't really made any videos until like the past year or two ago. I'd say 2016. I think the first one I did was like for a movie that came out, was like the new Blair Witch. Um, and and I kind of did some older videos and kind of deleted them because I didn't think they were that good. Even though this is the same style, but I think that I am doing a little better with talking as opposed to some of those older ones. So, but the first one that I think goes on my video list right as of now is Blair Witch from 2016. So I think that's the first time I really started to make videos. Like after that, I started making a lot more. Um, and I don't have any other channels either. Um, where do you see your channel in 5 years? I hope it grows. I hope people watch this and enjoy it, and I love just talking about movies, especially horror. I'll always, almost every day or every other day, if I have time, I'll always make a video, and the way I do it, I don't know how to do video editing, so just doing it like this is really quick and easy to churn out. So I do want to do like this all the time, no matter what, and I think it's always so fun to talk on this camera and just hear responses from people. So I hope in 5 years this grows. Um, and four, what message are you trying to get across? Not really a message per se, just the fact that I like to talk about movies and want to find a vessel for that, like as opposed to in real life, where, like I've said, I've got my friends aren't really into movies as much as I am, except for one friend who doesn't live here anymore. But we talk every once in a while, but that's not enough. And I have found a lot of friends online to talk about horror, so I love that it's not really me spreading a message on this channel. It's just how I feel about movies, and I love having a vessel to talk about movies on. Um, Number five, do people from school find your channel? Not really, no, because I don't. There's only a few friends I've talked to from school since I graduated. So, in high school, I didn't go to college, but it. So it hasn't really, not really an answer for that one. Nobody really knows. A couple people from work do, but it's not like anything major. Six, what does your username mean? It's just my initials. Like I couldn't think of anything clever, so I just put my initials. So, and I thought that kind of did stand out as a name. Like CDR, I thought that was kind of just a cool little name. And what are your favorite YouTube channels? And I think Derek on his response did smaller YouTube channels, and I do watch a lot of smaller YouTube channels, but for me, I'm always more of a devoted person to a couple little channels as opposed to like a million of them. And I guess I'll just mention a lot of channels off, even if they're small or big, so they're not just gonna all be small. But first, Derek's Horror Corner, first one I'll recommend because he is a really good buddy. Honestly, we've been talking to him a lot about horror. And I like that he responds to all my videos and likes them, and I do the same thing to his. There's still a couple I need to watch. I still need to watch your Scream reviews. But I'm waiting because I'm going to rewatch the Scream movies soon, maybe in like a month or so, because I've got the Exorcist movies to do, because Exorcist 2 comes out on Blu-ray in a day, so I'm excited. And the Hellraiser movies I got to finish, so then after that I think Scream will be my next franchise to delve into. So... Derek, that's why I've been waiting on watching your Scream videos. So, but Derek's Horror Corner, great channel. Go check his out. He does the same kind of thing I do, where it's just this type of. It's not like fancy editing or anything, because I don't know how to do that. So it's the same type of thing, and I feel like that's cool that we have that kind of same type of video. And so, first he'd be my recommendation, my first one I'd recommend, and then. I'd say after that it's like Drewski McGillicuddy, of course. Like, he mentioned him too, which is just a really hilarious guy who I watch almost all his stuff for. Like, he always is just really genuinely funny, and especially if you know this guy like I know him on Facebook and I'm friends with him, but he's hilarious on Facebook too. Like, he just says the funniest things where I lose it because he's just so genuinely hilarious. He likes to make it awkward. I like that. He makes it funny. That's why I like his type of humor. Like, he makes it genuinely funny. And basically, those are the two smaller channels I guess I'd pick, because I don't... Like I said, I watch other channels that are smaller, but it just doesn't... Like, I don't... Like, again, I'm more devoted to, like, certain channels where I'll watch more of them at the same time than, like... watch a million channels of different people, and I need to watch more of them, more small channels, because I do need to support other people that want to do this too. And then of course the typical ones that like that Derek mentioned, and the ones that are big horror ones like Drum Dums and Cody Leach and Sinister Cinema Reviews, and like I like other big ones like Jeremy Johns. I like for the most part, even though sometimes he bugs me with some of his opinions, but of course they're his opinions, so I don't know why I'm even saying that. But then like Chris Stuckman's good too, and a lot of his stuff. He's one of the big ones who I started to watch when I first started watching YouTube like reviews for movies, but I haven't watched him as much just because I feel like horror is something that I love to watch more like reviews on, so I haven't watched him as much recently, but I do watch the big ones that he does, like the Marvels, the Star Warses, of course, but he's, I don't know, like, I do enjoy his stuff overall, though. And I think, there's gotta be someone else that I didn't mention. Lindsey Ellis, who was formerly on Channel Awesome, Nostalgia Critic. Like, she was the nostalgia chick, but don't tell her that because she's embarrassed of that. Like, she doesn't like being involved with any of that because of what shit has gone on Channel Awesome. But Lindsey Ellis is a really great YouTuber. She of course went to college for film and did so many things with film that she is so into film and so into everything that works with film. I think that she is so interesting to watch. Lindsey Ellis, she's great, and she's got a lot of funny shtick though, where she likes to just like say like something's really really bad, and just kind of like she's got that type of humor where she's trying to say like, oh, this is really really bad, and point out the reasons why, but I think she does that on purpose just to mess with people. But I do enjoy her videos a lot. Like, she is a really great, and she is a professional in film, so I like how she does, like, she literally went to school for that. And and I don't like, she'd even directed short films, I think. So I really think that she's a really good one if you want to actually look at film as a whole. She's very interesting and very detailed and very just smart about it, and I really like that, as opposed to just being entertaining, which mine is just more entertainment, and she's really, really smart with how film is conceived, how everything works, how directing, producing, all this stuff works. I love how she does all that, or how she describes all that. So those would be my YouTubers that I recommend. And let me see if that's the last question. I believe it's the last question. Was that number 7? Sorry, it went off the screen. Hold on. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, I'm glad that that I got tagged in this. Thanks, Derek. I really do appreciate just that I actually have people that I enjoy talking to and watching their stuff, and they're tagging me. I think that's awesome. So I was glad I was tagged. I don't know who I could really tag because, like I said, they're more bigger, and I don't feel like they're gonna do it. So it's totally fine. I enjoyed being tagged though. So if anybody does watch this video, tell me what you think about these questions. So thanks again, Derek, for tagging me, and I really enjoy talking about this. Thanks so much.